Hello everybody, it's Robert Bruce Anderson and welcome to my live streaming. This is video number 4 and it's going to be a full 60 minutes. My bad, brace yourselves. There's no shortcut way of just showing you how to research your product ideas properly. So without going, let me just find where I am so as you know that I am who I am. Hello, hi. Sorry also about it being evening. In fact, it's 7:45 at night. I've purposely delayed this, live streaming to see if I can catch more people that are A, finished work, and B, perhaps in the other end of the world, United States, etc. Maybe they can catch me instead of when they're normally fast asleep. Okay, so just to let you know, let me just change this back. I've done a pre-recorded video. Okay, so it's pre-recorded. I'm going to play you that video. I think I have to just transition it and it should play. So let's give it a shot and make notes. Just before you go, if you start to get bored or you haven't got time or you have to bail, that's cool. The video will be back up here on YouTube after this. It'll also be on my on the website that you'll be able to see the details on things to make and sell later. So cool. Let me hit transition and see if the video will play. Hello everybody. I'm Robert Bruce Anderson, and this is the next video in the Sell More Crafts, how to sell more, how to get more orders, basically course, the free live streaming course that I'm going to be offering you all. Okay, so this one's going to be long. Let me tell you now up front. And if you don't like long, follow the links. And down below there will be, I haven't hyperlinked them yet, there will be links here to other videos and articles that you can read at your leisure, if you don't have half an hour to 45 minutes or whatever it's going to take me to give you this training. Now let me tell you why this one is going to be long. If you've researched your product correctly and you've gone about it perhaps as much as a week's work, so now that would be taking it to the limit, in fact 2 weeks, okay, where you are so 100% certain that you have chosen a product that is in demand, that you can manufacture it profitably and easily, and often it's not going to be an item like a grandfather clock that's going to take you a week to make one, which is a thing worth considering. Okay, and that your levels of competition are low and your keyword options from your research point of view are high. In other words, it's something that will be popular on Valentine's Day and popular as an anniversary gift and popular at Christmas time and just popular if they spot it just because they saw it, okay? So something that everybody would love to have. And that's what you need. You need something that when they see it, they want it, and they must be able to see it because your online marketing is done correctly. But your competition mustn't be so crazy high that you're competing like in the car hire market or in the credit card industry, where there's just huge corporates can only be there at the top. So I'm going to show you further on how to do that marketing. But if you've researched your product correctly, your crafting business will be so easy and so profitable that you will wonder what the hell you worried about when you first started. Even worse, if you've been in the business 5, 10, 3 days, 6 months, 6 years, 55 years, and you did research and realized that all you had to do was change the size of the item you're making and stop calling it a jewelry box and start calling it a wedding trousseau kist, that you could have sold thousands more. Wow, that was totally sucked out of my head, but it's not a bad analogy. The work in making a small jewelry box is very, very similar into the work to make a bigger box. It's just bigger pieces. So it depends on obviously how much work you're doing on the panels, but generally speaking, the details and the clasps and the things you might find that a wedding trousseau thing would become popular enough, or perhaps that's a thing so far into the past. To be honest, I don't have a clue of anybody who's collecting wedding trousseau stuff, but maybe if you trended it, you'd be the guy who's ranking on top, and literally be making 1, 2, 3, 4 of them a day if you were capable. So the point of the research is to know that before you even start producing, you've got a product that if you put a pile of them out on the side of the road next to a stoplight, in the middle of a traffic island, people will do a handbrake, stop, and jump out of their car to buy from you. If they saw it on a Facebook image or on Pinterest or on, they're going to want to love it and want to buy it. Then you've done your research correctly, okay? So to research properly can become very, very complicated, where, well, I'll go through it all with you, to where you can take it to the level 10, and then absolutely be certain. And what I love about it is that once you know it'll work and you know you can make it, and you've been through the rest of my course and you can see the best ways to market that item, through the video training I'm going to be giving you further down the line here, that then it's simply a matter of doing the work. There's no risk. Obviously, there's always a risk in business, but there'll be very, very little risk, or as little risk as is possible, simply because, as I've said, you've got a product that's hugely in demand. Your quality of manufacture is good because you know you can make it. Your profit margins are high. There's not a 10% margin. There's literally a 300% margin. And your competition is low. So all you have to do is wave your hand in the air and people will flood into a queue with cash in hand to buy from you. Okay. So that's the entire point of it. So to recap, you've got to see that there's a demand for that item. You've got to compare items against each other to see that you've got the best choice. If you've got equal options, choose the most profitable, which ones you can make more of for more money. And then once you've got that, you want to test the competition levels. This is important because you might come up against something that is trending and you thought was clever. Let's go with a stupid item, fidget spinners. And either it's already on the down or so your competition levels need to be checked. In fact, a fidget spinner is a very good example of something you must never make. It's been and gone already. Okay, so check your online competition, check your Amazon and Etsy competition, check the amount of competition on Etsy, on Google, at your local malls, and on your craft markets. And sometimes it's good there's opposition. Like if you go to your craft market and there's lots of people making little black dresses, skirts, what is that called? A little black number, what do they call it? Anyway, that little black skirt. You know what? It's because there's a demand for it. But to be honest, here's a point for you. Everybody says that in every woman's wardrobe you need that little black number, yeah? Now, that I'll mention it, I do not know of, and I've been in the craft markets 40 years or something. Have I? That's pushing it. Yeah, it's close, actually, considering I started doing it with my mother back in the day. For the life of me, I don't think I have ever seen a clothing store that had just little black numbers, black dresses, knee length, full length, boob tube ones, whatever. I've actually never seen that little black dress store. And if you produced a market that said the little black dress, or whatever they call it, my bad for being male and not really caring, but it's something that you could take back up to here if you were looking at making something in the fashion industry, and it's very, very powerful. Now, it doesn't matter what your craft is. You can be making that art with string and nails, where you hammer nails into a pattern and then you wind the string around to create a picture. To be honest, any high school kid could do that. But it's not about being able to do that. It's about turning that skill into a product that's in demand. So, and doing it better, putting it onto a leather backing. Maybe using leather string and studs instead of just an ordinary, nail. So in other words, twisting it up, stepping it up, turning it into a quality item that people would like to have could do, but don't want to spend the 3 hours it would take to make it. They'd rather just pay you the $140 and be done with it, or whatever it is. So that's my point. Now, with a thing like that, you need to be careful, and that's where your research needs to come in. Okay, so I'm going to try to go into this quickly. I said an hour. I really shouldn't. So I've said, yeah, this is funny. Obviously, it must be something you can make. It doesn't help that I look at, for example, turning bowls out of exotic woods, when in truth I don't have a lathe. Now, even if I had a lathe, I don't know how long it would take me to learn to turn a bowl. I'd suspect not that long if I had all the tools and stuff. So again, if that is bowl making is something you think you want to do, you then have to factor in the learning curve that you might not be making money for 6 months while you kind of get the hang of it. Carving spoons. I saw a post on Facebook yesterday, I think, like, hey, when will my spoons be ready to sell? And it was the most beautiful spoon. It really was. I would have paid for it instantly. And that person was showing doubt, which was very sad, that you can make something so beautiful and still think it's not up to standard. So, yes, you're going to have a learning curve with almost everything you do. And probably a huge amount of craft-related items are going to have some capital outlay. An embroidery machine, a walking foot, industrial sewing machine, or whatever it is, a lathe, serious carving tools, or whatever it is, it's part of your business plan side, if you like. So it's not really part of the research. You have to presume that that when you know there's an item you're going to research, that you obviously will be in a position to be able to make it from a budgeted point of view. Okay, so how to research your product options. By the way, before I carry on, and down the end here, I'm going to give you these links. They're very close, in fact, to the end, because I'm going to go into keyword research here for you in a second. But for now, I want to show you something. I've got courses, free and not free, that are extremely low budget that if you want to, you could look into. So here's one that's how to search for a best-selling product, focusing pretty much on Etsy, using Etsy as your guide. Okay, and somewhere down here there is, by the way, there's a fair amount of text that is worth reading all on its own. So don't think, he wants to make money from me. Of course I do. But my point is, sorry, let's try and behave. Is to say, read this. Every little bit of reading what I tell you to go and do. I mean, here, for example, I'm telling you to go and actually check out Instagram. Go and look at images on Google. It's all part of the good research. Go to the malls. You won't believe how much you can learn from going to the malls. But I'm going to cover all of that anyway. So anyway, down here somewhere, my bad, is a buy it now. There's a $9 version that's PDF and a much more dollar version that's the videos, 14 videos. Okay, I've also got, so let me just run through these with you quickly. Also a $9.70. This is 23 videos on how to also craft research. So it's pretty similar to what I'm telling you now. And by the way, a lot of what I'm giving you for free in this video is covered in here anyway, obviously. So in my opinion, if you're serious about starting a craft business, $9 here and $9 here, in fact, $17 for the videos, or $27 or $47, adds up to very little if it's going to benefit you. Let me tell you the benefit in a second. Okay, I've got another version. This is 4 videos. I did this so long ago, I say so long ago, a year or two ago, that I'm not totally sure what the hell I said in there, but it must be good because I'm very good at what I do. There's free keyword training. This is a little dated, my bad, but look at how long it is. This is so cool. You get all of these videos. It would appear some missing. Typical. Or something's missing there. You worked at this website, used to be a full-time income for me, and I neglected it by doing websites for clients, and it's now dropped down quite a lot, and I don't plan to go and repair it and fix it enough. If you go into my tracking, just out of curiosity, I can show you that it does still get traffic and business. So let's go and see what's happening, what happened yesterday. Let's go and see. What I like about this website is because I've got so many free items on it. People arrive and stay. Can you see that the wide blue line between the two proves that? So yesterday, 76 people, the day before, yesterday, 64 people pitched up and they read 100, but basically 2 pages each, which is nice. It means that I'm kind of getting through to people and helping them. I like that, okay. I've also thrown in a mindset one. By the way, this mindset one, if you bought any of these other ones from me, the ones that aren't free, so that's a bought one, and that's a bought one, that's a free one. By the way, I've even got a woodworking one somewhere. Yeah. So if you go to the things to make and sell from home and you go to the woodworking one, this is huge, and it covers an entire woodworking business startup. Now, the concept's the same. So you can get the free woodworking one, and in your head, every time I say woodworking, think crochet or knitting or embroidery or printables. Okay, it's all interchangeable because, well, most of the time, not 100%, but you'll pick it up when it's not. Okay, so where was I? Oh, I was back on this page. So I will be offering you more details than you're going to get on this 45-minute video, whatever it is going to be in the end. Okay, so let's go with the step-by-step that you would do. Here's what you need to do. Make a list of what you want to do, what you can do and what you would love to do. It is a different list, unless it's not in your head. But very often, what you've learned to do in the past is something you think it's what you should do in the future, and it's not. Just because you can, it doesn't mean you have to keep doing it. Sometimes it's terrible. In fact, there's one of the craft sites. By the way, I research still. 10 years online, I still research every day. Yesterday, I was looking through a website that has a knitting directory in the UK. Love it. And that lady used to be a bookkeeper, an accountant, a CA, a lawyer, something that in my head is horrendous, the most evil job in the world to do. Corporate, CA, lawyer. Oh, I would go mad. And she gave it all up and helped her mother organize and run all of her craft store chain, and added the directory and does other things now, and is basically a crafter, or in the crafting industry, which is lovely. So what you can do is different to what you would love to do. By the way, to throw a span in the works, this entire course is how to create and market a product, things to make and sell. Okay, it's for crafting people or creative people that want to make things with their hands, products and items that they want to sell. Now, I think, by the way, I was a crafter for very, very many years. I've had a dozen crafting, 4 or 5 successful crafting businesses. I've been a full-time artist. And I've got to tell you, now that I know how to do this online marketing, I would never again make a thing for a profit. So yeah, it sounds bad that I'm telling you how to do it, because I know you want to do it. But I need you to pause at this second and think to yourself, if you could create a craft business that made these things, listen to me, or even these things. How cool is that? You can't see them. So, but if you, items, and you turned this into a business and you started to produce it and you've got a successful business and you made, I'll pick a number, $10,000 a month, and you'd be happy, right? Cool. But you'd be working all day. Now, what if you went and started a travel blog? And after 6 months of hard work, which is kind of similar to how much hard work you've got with a lot more capital outlay making crafts, after 6 months of hard work in blogging, using very similar marketing principles to what I'm going to teach you in this course, your travel blog will be at a point where hotels are phoning you and asking you if you wouldn't mind please coming to stay for free for a week so you could feature their hotel. Or you would canvas an area. Let's say I'm in South Africa. So let's say I decide, okay, I want to do the Western Cape, which is around Table Mountain, Cape Town area. I would get onto the phone to 50 resorts in the area and tell them all, I'm coming down for a 3-week period, for a month. And in that month, I'm going to be researching all 50 of this list. You're on the list, sir. Do you want to be one of the featured ones? Yes or no? And they say featured. I say, well, featured is where you accommodate me for a period of time, and I obviously create more than a single full-page listing. Yes or no? No, sir. So thank you very much. There's 50. Remember, there's 50. Of those 50, you only need 4 to let you put you up for a week. You obviously give those 4 a major listing on your travel blog. They score. You get to stay in a 3-star, 5-star, 2-star, or in a backpacker for a week, and have an absolute holiday while you blog about all the other places around there. So you get what I'm saying is you can make a more than a $10,000 a month income from travel blogging and call it work, which is hysterical. By the way, you can do the same with craft blogging. Excuse me, it's a sort of what I'm doing, or starting to do now. Let's rephrase that. Or you can do it on fashion blogging. You can do how to start a mommy blog, which is so overdone. Please don't. But you can do it on solving colic issues for children. But now if you love children and you're a crafter, then you can instead make hanging baby cribs. So you come back to putting that on the list here of things you'd like to do. Garden hanging cribs, baby hammocks, blah, blah, blah. You look it all up, you go through my research, and you know what? You start making them next week. So through the machine, while you look at TV, Days of Our Lives in the background. Sorry, please don't do that either. Okay, so my bad. I love talking. You can hear it. So you make your lists. Then remember to obviously keep it organized, because I'm going to ask you to divide them into local and international. I'm going to ask you to do a lot of keyword research. I'm going to ask you to, if you prefer, to go out there and do deeper research, and I'm going to cover that for you in a second. So when you've done all of that, you're going to have all sorts of columns and notes to be able to go through it and think, you know what, making those baby cribs is a cool idea, but my kids are going to grow up and bigger and bigger, and pretty soon it's going to be soccer mom stuff, and pretty soon it's going to be rehab stuff for teenagers, whatever kids do through their life cycle. For you as a parent, sorry about the rehab joke, my bad. And instead, rather just put them in, I don't know, band camp. So the point is that maybe you won't be that enthusiastic for hanging baby cribs as you go along. So bear that in mind. By the way, let's just find this and see if it's open. Having said that, I used to make hanging baby cribs. I'm not going to search for them, but I'm going to quickly show you a picture of, I'll really say quickly. Let's see if it's in here. It's one of the banners I'm using. Here we go. That I'm going to be putting, this is one of my Pinterest banners. So a free video training course on selling more of your handmade items. There's one of the hammocks I used to make. This was a 10-year business of mine. Those things were fantastic. In fact, I'm considering making them again simply now because I don't need to earn my living from them. So I can make them and put them up to a better profitable price. And if I don't sell, what was I selling? I've forgotten. 100 of them a month. My bad that I've forgotten. I think it might have been 80 a week. It doesn't matter. If I only sell 3 a month, it doesn't matter because it's not my main source of income. Okay, so this is how to start your research. Start with a list, etc. Right, we're going to do keyword research and then go into the further detail. Okay, so now what you're going to do, and then you're going to sort all your results and know where you're going to go. Right, so let's start with keyword research. What you want to do is you want to see how competitive it is online. So let me go across to Google. In fact, I'm going to pause this video and open a little bit of a few things so that I can show you something. In fact, while I'm at it, I'm going to think of a product that I can search or look into while I'm at it. In fact, let me do the hammocks, seeing as I've just looked at that. Personally think it's a very bad product to make, by the way, compared to other options. But give me a second. I'm going to pause this and I'll be back. Okay, I'm back already. Here's what I did as I logged into my Gmail account. I went into the Google AdWords keyword tool. Here, go and look at this URL up here. And you might not be able to get straight into here. They might ask you to do a campaign first, but because I've paid for advertising in the past, it lets me into here. If this doesn't work for you, the next method will be okay, so it should be fine. All right, so what I did was I use, these are called seed keywords. Again, if you go back to my keyword, I went out of the site, where there was keyword training, right? You get a bit more details on how to go into the keyword planner and more details on the keyword planner, okay? But the information you can get from here is massive, okay? So I asked, sorry, my bad, the seed keywords are keywords in your hammock chairs, baby cribs, hanging baby cribs, and dog hammocks. I just kind of sucked it out of my head as an option, and I've asked Google to give me options. There are 10,000 to 100,000 searches a month for those keyword and all their variations, and there are 627 keywords so far that Google suggests I look at, okay? Now, just in case some of you are such newbies that you have absolutely not a clue, is what am I talking about keywords? When you go to Google and you search for hanging cribs, Google will give you drop-down searches, by the way. So hanging cribs for sale, hanging over, or hanging cribs safe. A very good question, not in my head. Hanging cribs for sale. Let's go there. So now I want to go and see what a hanging crib is, and I'll go and look. And Google will give you the system. Firstly, nobody looks for, oh, sorry, I've got to explain this to you just now. It's a keyword tool that tells me how many people are looking for it when I search. I love it. This is the coolest shortcut I can teach you guys ever. Okay, so in my local area, I'm in Sandton, South Africa, call it Johannesburg, South Africa, for those of you that don't have a clue. Hanging cribs for sale is not, in fact, in the world, is not searched for at all. That exact keyword, which is amusing. I probably think they are, but Google's saying naught. Fine. Okay, so there, it's available on Take a Lot, Want It All, Mama Kids, and Bid or Buy. This, excuse me, doesn't look very hangy, and therefore, and neither is Mama Kids. Stupid idiots have tagged it wrong. So let's go down a hanging bassinet. You see different ideas. So now we're looking at, and by the way, how cool is this? Pinterest, Etsy, Pinterest. Can you see Amazon? This is exactly places I would tell you in Alibaba. Let's have a look at the Alibaba one. I'm curious. So here we go. This is better. Now we get to what I really wanted to know. And let's go to the images. Boom. Proper hanging cribs. By the way, mine used to look like that. Very, very similar. I doubt there's any images of mine left over from the days when I made them. It's been 8 years, but Google retains images for a very long time. And in a subject like this, because there's not much competition, you will find that sometimes you will find residual images 8 years later. So I'm just going to scroll just out of pure curiosity, because I have this raging ego that tells you that I know I'm better at anything I do than anybody else. Ha ha. So after all of the noise I'm making, so far it doesn't look like I can see any of my images from back in the day. You might find that if I added the word South Africa up here, it will change. The worst by the looks of it. Those are far cooler than those previous ones. There's again another one very, very similar to mine. There's a very high chance it was copied from my design back then. I copied the idea from the original traditional Eastern system, where it's terrifying. They just kind of get put onto a hammock they can roll out of. You've got to see it to believe it. I'd have to hang around underneath the crib, holding my hand out the whole time, waiting for it to bail. And yet, it was done like that for centuries. Absolutely freaked me out, I've got to tell you. So, okay, now I'm just wasting your time. Sorry, people. As you can see, they get far off of the crib system here. Okay, so, cool ideas. Cool pictures, it's all good, and it shows you, by the way, still no searches for that. Let me go back to all images, and go down here and see if Google does other. Baby cradle gets 30 searches. Baby cots 40. Moses basket is the popular one in South Africa. So can you see maybe a hanging baby crib is not the best thing to make? It's far better to make a Moses basket, linen set, blah, 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 blah. And if that's what people want, give it to them. So this is the point of keyword research. Okay, let's go to what I did here on Alibaba. These sometimes, by the way, let's see if there's a Moses basket one here. Wow, these are really naughty for baby ones. This is the kind of thing like this that they, so terrifying. Let's try a Moses basket in here because there's a price, 1,300. Oh, so let me not go into detail. This is the whole point of research. You'd compare your price to what they're selling it for. You would do your research for what you could make it for, and you would compare it to what you could get a wholesale one for. So there's nothing even vaguely near. Here's one on a stand. By the way, very similar to the stand and crib that I used to make vaguely. That shape, it's fine. Where is a price? So this is exactly, I don't know what 5.26 is. I'm so confused. I must be a complete idiot. You've got to get 200 pieces. Wow. You've got to be pretty certain that, look at this, it says $5.60. Surely there's no way. But can you see my frown? And it's not $500 either. And yet, all I can do is show absolute confusion. But it shows you, by the way, be very careful. You don't want to go into, so again, the whole point of this research is if you're going to go into Amazon with your product and there's one that's beautifully made, let's see if I can get a real price out of this one. You might find that this is not actual price yet. Yeah, I have to kind of, I don't know, compare or go into it in detail somewhere. Contact, it's pine and medium density fiber boards, etc., etc. It looks okay. People will pay. Look at that. You get both. Company information, our services. Okay, so I give up. But you would then have taken your keyword into the depth of finding that there is a demand for it. So here's 110. Let's go back to the main keyword page on Google AdWords. Oh, sorry, my bad. Wow, I went down a rabbit hole telling you this. That's a keyword. Moses basket Johannesburg, click on it, different keyword. So if you look here, I get different pictures here. I get price check, Gumtree, 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 Gumtree. Okay, let's go back to this. Gauteng. I get Gumtree, Gumtree, Gumtree. Price check went on holiday. Wow, Gumtree went mad. These are all directories, by the way. There's a price check. So it tells me that I can rank for Moses basket for sale in Gauteng easily. Well, nobody's going to look for it, so why would I want to? So we're back to Baby City. Well, that doesn't help. It's a brand. So let's go back to the keyword. So as you can see, every single keyword, Google gives a different result, and you have to allow for that. So let's go and look at the ones that are hanging baby crib internationally. Now remember, it is something you could probably ship. It's not too heavy. So if you look here, there's the keyword. What is that little barrel? That's new. Google changes stuff all the time just to give me stress. Baby bed gets 90,000 searches globally per month. Did I put this in for an area? Yes, I did. Oh, I didn't warn you about this. I popped Houston in here just for fun. Okay, so this is how many people in Houston look up. Stop it, Rob. Baby cribs. About 3,000 people. It's somewhere between 1,000 and 10,000 people. In Houston alone, look up baby cribs. Seriously? How cool is that? It's a guaranteed business. Because all you've got to do is rank for Houston keywords. Okay, now that's local search and international search. So let me start with international. If you're going to ship internationally, you want to take a single keyword. I did promise you I was going to do hammock chair. So let's go. Oh, that's pathetic. You see, I wouldn't even pursue hammock chairs from there are a lot of people that make them, and in Houston there's probably 50 searches a month across the entire keyword spectrum of Houston. Not entire keyword, my bad, but hanging hammock chair, only 50 searches a month. I mean, come on, how many are you going to sell from there? 1, 2? Okay, even if you totally dominate the search engine results pages, you're still only going to sell a few. So let's pick. So sorry about not doing hammock chairs. Let's go back to the baby cribs. So let's go to baby bed, baby furniture, hanging hammock stand, white crib, crib for sale, camping convertible crib, baby cribs for sale, baby crib sets. Can you see? Okay, I'm going to pause this and pick up all the baby crib ones onto a notepad. I'll be back in a second. Okay, so this is a bit like me now taking one of these items on my list up here. Make a list of what you can do, would love to do. Let's go with a love to do list. And I decide, cool, baby cribs. I'm going to make baby cribs or baby crib sets or whatever. So by doing the keyword research, I found out. So here's the keywords I put in. By the way, I didn't do it properly. You should take the first 30. I just took the first, I don't know, 2, 4, 6 of them. I also popped in down here on the side and I said keywords to include. I only want to see baby cribs, convertible, baby beds in here. So now we've got 142 keywords, all to do with baby cribs. I'm still in Houston, by the way. Kansas, look at that. So we're still in Houston. Okay, so I'm still in Houston alone. So in Houston, there are, pick a number, 5,000, maybe 10,000, but 5,000 searches for baby cribs. Beautiful. So baby beds got a few hundred, convertible cribs a few hundred, white crib a few hundred for baby crib sets, baby cribs for sale 50 or so, hanging baby crib, finally my one, little. Can you see? So I thought I was clever doing hanging baby cribs. Really, the ones on the ground far better. Put them on the ground, people, and sell 50 times more. So, and then there's all of the related baby girl crib bedding sets, baby boy. Now here's a niche for you. Baby bed sheets, baby cribs. These are, and by the way, this is baby girl crib bedding sheets. There's 50 and 50 and 50, so a few hundred searches a month in the local area, Houston, of course, in this case, which by the way is not really local because it's a freaking huge city. Let me do this. You're going to love this. There were overall 1,000 to 10,000. Let me take Houston out of the equation. Give it a second, and it broke. Let's try it again. 100,000 to 1 million. Okay, so it's fighting with me on the keyword specifics. It's fine. Let's look at the groups. So baby bedding, so baby cot bed, baby bed sheets. There, look at that. Can you see I'm hovering over it? And all of those keywords, baby bed for bed, best baby bed, 3-in-1 baby bed, baby side bed. Oh, I sold one of those the other day. Baby wooden bed, blah, blah. Worldwide, 50,000. It's huge. And it's something bedding that you could send. But you could also do cribs that would cost more to send, and so now your research has to be very careful. So now we get to where I commented here on international or local. Where did I say that? Here. It's very, very simple, people. Local is where you're making benches or couches or small airplanes that people cannot easily ship. Maybe you can fly an airplane out of there, but it's got to be something that you can pop into the post and send it internationally, across borders, across continents, okay? In other words, your Amazon and Etsy sales can fly if it's a small shippable item. If you look at the bestsellers on Amazon, the bestsellers on Etsy, a huge amount of them are printables. These people are selling thousands of downloadable items that people on the other end of the world are paying $5 for and printing it. Good for them, good business. but it doesn't help if you're in the bench, garden bench business. So if you're gonna do local and it's garden bench, bear it in mind when you do this and go back to the local search. Let me, for example, take an example here. I really do need this machine to go to all the keywords. Oh, just stop it, Google. Thank you. So let's go to, I have no idea what a convertible crib is. Is that like a soft top like on a car where you push a button and it goes and you're, wow, nice amount. These are rands, of course. Sorry, you'd see it in dollars. 22,000 international searches. Now, if you had it this, that it looks stunning and it can ship in flat pack, you might find that, and by the way, here where I can make it cheaper in South Africa, because I'm sure we can, then the more expensive shipping, because I'm going to ship it, can be negated by the fact that I can make it cheaper. Plus, if it's selling very, very well, I can ship entire container loads across to a storage depot in the middle of, Arkansas or wherever, New York, and then it could ship again out of there or out of Toronto or out of France. So when you get to be big, that's different business issues. 22,000 searches. If you can't rank for one of those keywords, oh, these look pretty. I like that. But now you see, not so easy to ship these this size. So now you've got to look at whether, and by the way, and then the competition. But you've got to check whether you know there's enough local, and I would suspect there is. So here's what I wanted to show you: convertible cribs. And let me add Johannesburg. I'm just doing it because it's my local city or closest city. I'm sort of in Sandton, but that's fine. Now I get no searches, so there's no demand for a convertible crib in Johannesburg, and the winning websites are classified. Wow, brain fade. Classifieds are the winning ones here. So as you can see, classic designs, that's cool. So there's and it's a Koza. So this is a local crib manufacturer, fine, but nobody's searching for that. Baby furniture, there's two here on a local Google My Business listing. So this is not a hugely in demand product here. Let's go down to the other keywords. That's not too bad. So convertible baby cot 20, classic designs, convertible cot South Africa, that's okay. Convertible cot bed. And I should just make bunk beds. Look, I've made bunk beds in the past. I'm over that. Okay, so now we've got 110 searches for convertible cot bed South Africa, and I bet you I could rank for this because again I only have to beat Gumtree. And whoever classic designs are, they keep cropping up. Good for them. I bet you they're doing okay. And then I would do local marketing. Okay, so it's cool. By the way, I haven't told you about this in enough yet. If you go into your Google settings here and you go to settings and you go to what are those things called? The plugins, themes. Oh my bad. What are they called? It's a plugin, as far as I know. So anyway, it's one of these creatures up here. So one of these is my keywords everywhere thing. Okay, so bookmarks and settings. Let's see, browser history. Phew, I'm gonna avoid that. Maybe it falls under themes, font, custom, bookmarks, bar, manage default browser. People, what can I say? Somewhere in here is your more tools. There we go. Not the settings, it's more tools. It's extensions. Thank you. So you go to Chrome. Wow, I'm really stupid. You'd go to, well, I'm not really stupid, but today I am. Chrome extensions, and you would find the one you're using. So this one is keywords everywhere, wherever I've hidden it. Keywords everywhere, keyword tool. So there's a little bit of a mission to get set up. You've got to confirm your email and add, I don't know, shoe size and stuff. But once it's done and you do a keyword search, it tells you these kind of things. So I could go, let me just close all of this. I could go now and do, let's do something really, a keyword, totally not in this, anniversary gifts, gift shops. Gift shops in Johannesburg. By the way, very, very good keyword to rank for, because everybody thinks, because I make baby cribs, okay, it's not a good gift. Because I make jewelry, I must market my jewelry as, I don't know, Tanzanite jewelry and Tanzanite this and Tanzanite. No, it's a gift. So gifts for him, anniversary gifts, gifts for her. Later on in my video series, I'm going to be going into that in more detail for you. Okay, so gift shops in Johannesburg, no searches, fine. Gifts for her, South Africa, 320. Thank you. There's a keyword. Look how easy that was. If I'd have thought in my head to go and do a page of 2,000 words for gift shops in Johannesburg, because I've got the coolest gift shop in Johannesburg, but nobody's searching for it there. But if with my keyword tool, I now know that, thank you very much. Personalized gift South Africa, thank you very much. I'll go there. So now I've got a gift page that's worth competing for. By the way, one last research trick. This is free to test a few times a day. It's a page called Majestic. If you go to Majestic, and let's say now you want to see if you can rank for personalized gifts South Africa. I'd love to be this Net Florist. So Net Florist are scoring here for this keyword. Just this keyword, by the way. If I go down here and change keywords, it's going to be a different person that scores. But I want this keyword because I can get 500 visitors to my website if I was Net Florist Gifts personalized, or say it creative. Cool, well done to them. Okay, so good for them. Here's the Net Florist page. Really, they go straight into asking me for money. I take this URL and I go across to Majestic and I pop it into here. Now, the problem with this is, while it's free, you can only do 2 of these searches a day. So take care. Okay, so on this page that they're ranking for, they've got a lot of backlinks. This is competitive stuff, people. This is 6 months of work to beat these people. But you know what? Isn't 6 months of hard SEO work worth it to get 500 hits on your website a month? So anyway, fine. You're looking at, wow, 900 watch here. Just to tell you that they are not Mickey Mouse. They have got sorry, you can't really see it here. 1,169,670 external backlinks to their domain. They've got a big SEO budget running all the time, obviously. And some guy like me that they pay to build backlinks to it. But personalized URL gets that. It's got 76 internal links. It's got 2 external, 78 outlinks, and that's cool. I think this is for the most of the last 90 days. Okay, so this is not really scary. This is what you've got to compete with. But remember, the whole website is powerful. So that's this. Now we're talking really deep SEO stuff. If you had a website with just 5 pages and this many backlinks to this keyword, they're still going to beat you, because they've got, well, 1 million backlinks to the overall. Google knows them very, very well. Let's go and look. Let's go and look. Sorry, look, my bad. Where is their keywords? Huh. I really shouldn't change things. Oh, look. There's no change. No anchor text was found. Wow. So maybe you will be able to compete with them with anchor text. And anchor text is when you've got a URL. Let's find you a URL here, like this. And instead of it being a raw HTTP small business opportunities link, you've hyperlinked it, that it says, go here for, sorry, no, the hyperlink will say, personalized gift South Africa. And when you click it, it takes you to this page of yours. That's called an anchor text. Just don't do it hundreds of times. Look for my further training. I'm going to teach you how to do that far, far better. Okay, so we're at 48 minutes. It's a long time, people, and I apologize, but at the same time, I know that you have to learn this to be able to do the research. So what you're going to do is you're going to take every single one of your keywords. You're also going to go and read all of those pages I'm going to give you. They were here. Picking a bestseller, research courses, read it. People, do not make the mistake of thinking, he wants me to do so much work. I don't want to do it. No, you know what? I love it, because then 99% of you will do the look at that thing. I'm far too busy to spend 2 weeks researching a product. Now, here's the cool part. The person that does do it will come out of it with a product that is in very high demand. Your keyword research will prove that. Oh, my bad, wrong button. Your keyword research will prove it. There are, whatever it is, so many, 22,000 people looking for it. There they are. I mean, look at all of these: baby cribs, baby convertible. These are all cool keywords. Okay, so there's very high demand for it. Lovely. The competition is beatable, and yes, I admit that I'm going to have to give you more training on checking your competition, because you can't just kind of check a keyword, see there's thousand searches here. This is cool, and then think, okay, how do I know? Yeah, how do you know? I know. Because I know that the big here, look, this is hard, by the way. NetForest are not just advertising, they're ranking for #1. They are getting most of the calls from this. People are lazy. You know that. That's exactly what I'm complaining about. Well, pointing out to you. They will search for this keyword. They'll pitch up here, and they will read NetForest. Yeah, that'll do fine. And boom, they're going to send flowers. Why? Well, men, because they didn't want to think much further. Then said creative, yeah, a fair amount of people are going to go here, and how thoughtful, good name. So these 2 or 3 are maybe going to get a diluted version. They might get a few hundred of them. So stunning personalized gifts, how thoughtful, might get a few. In fact, let me just show you, by the way, this is number 3rd ranking. I told you it'll let me do 2, yeah? So the number 3rd ranking, this competition check is important. By the way, if it's Pinterest and classified website sites that are showing up in your results, copy this first, that are showing up in your results pages here, classified sites, directories, and then the big social media, you can beat those with good SEO. So that means low competition. Okay, remember that. That was a word you had to wait 45 minutes for me to tell you. Right, so now we've checked that one. There was 70-something links to that page. How Thoughtful has only got 669 links to its entire website. It means they're normal, probably a family business or small business. Link volume, 0. Oh my goodness, this is bad. Historical links in the 5 year. Stop laughing, Rob. That's really rude of you. They've even got a forbidden, wow, and Google's ranking them. So this is lovely. Plans and pricing, they've got no anchor text. So the honest truth is that if I wanted to compete for personalized gifts South Africa, that keyword, I've got to work hard, but I can rank for it within 3 to 6 months. Within 3 to 6 months, I can rank for it. Wow, I've got so many birds in my garden, people, incredible. Sorry, my bad. Pay attention, Rob. Okay, so I could rank for personalized gifts. What was it? South Africa, and start to make personalized gifts. Within 6 months, I could have. I should tell my wife to start a business. So, okay, so checking the competition there is one way. By the way, something that I do, I go to the ones that do rank. Where were they? Here, personalized gifts, and I right-click it, and I view page source. Now, this is starting to get into technical SEO. My bad. But what I want to do is I want to see if they've got WordPress. That's bad for me because WordPress, Google loves WordPress. But if you looked here, it came up with that evil word. I don't know what that really meant. They were hit with a forbidden. So in October, oh, my birthday, happy birthday, Rob. They did get in. But last time they went in, they were hit with a forbidden. So it tells me that there is possibly a gremlin in here. So they've got WordPress content is good. They've got a feed. So if I really wanted to check out this competition, I would open all of these pages, number 1, 2, 3, and 4, Say It Creative, How Thoughtful. I would check out Honey Bunch. By the way, I would definitely add myself to the Google My Business listing. People, you've got to do that. Okay. And then I'd go down into here, and then I would use social media in a very big way. It's something that I'm going to get into later with you people, is doing big social media marketing, because if you're going to do gifts, if you're going to do handmade items, craft items, your social media is a massive tool to drive traffic to your website. And it doesn't necessarily mean if somebody spotted your stuff on Pinterest that, yay, they're going to buy. No, they're not. Chances are they're going to buy is 1%. But doesn't that mean you only have to send 1,000 people to get 10 orders? So if you could send 1,000 people a day through social media, you're going to get 10 orders a day. Hello. It's like a given. You don't have to even care about this competition because your Pinterest marketing is far superior. So that kind of thing we're going to get into down the line. But really speaking, this is about knowing there's a demand. So if they're going to want baby beds instead of hanging baby cribs, you know what? Make the baby beds. Or go to your next keyword and run it through the Google keyword tool or the short version of keyword tool. Before I run, we're on very deep into this, 54 minutes. And I repeat, to get your further detailed training, you're going to have to go down to these links that I'm going to give you to get deeper and better training as we go along, okay? But for now, let's just pick something. I got no idea. Anniversary gift ideas. So this is a keyword that you could, wow, personalized anniversary handcuffs, hectic. What can I say? Anniversary gift ideas. Look at this, you know, here's firstly ideas coming up. This is a keyword. 6 million competing results for anniversary gift ideas, 33,000 searches a month, and they're tiny little items that can be shipped. But look at this. So you can go into here and get the coolest gift ideas, and then go back. And remember, you don't have to. I mean, look how diverse this is. I've got no idea what that all involves, but it looks like they've gone to really personal stuff there. That's lovely. Here we go. Look at that, so beautiful. So you could turn that into something that is very easy to make, simple, with some kind of a chunk press thing. I don't know what that is. Decent piece of leather. Double check you can ship worldwide, by the way. It's leather. And now all you've got to do is rank for anniversary gift ideas over a period of a year. You're not going to rank for this very quickly, by the way. But you could very easily do anniversary gift. So let me, go back to, by the way, look at all these keywords. Instant money, all of them. Let's go to anniversary gift ideas. I want to add anniversary gift. I want to add a city. Just to show you if there's a search for it. Naught, typically bad. So there's the anniversary gift ideas for husband, 30. So local search here, Joburg is bad. They don't care about their husbands and wives. Interesting. But maybe I'm going about it wrong. So anniversary gifts, personalized anniversary gifts, South Africa. Let's have a look. So a little bit of search, and I'm going to have a keyword that I can rank for because the competition is crappy. And here, wedding anniversary gifts for South Africa. So you know what? I'm only going to get a sale a month out of this keyword. But I'm going to add ideas for husband and get another sale from there, and another sale from there, and another sale from there. And eventually, if those 30 pages that I created and ranked for on their own is enough to keep me busy churning out a few every other day. Okay? But obviously, I'm going to put them onto Facebook and Pinterest and Instagram, and I'm going to stir it all up so that I know that there is a demand for it. And by the way, so South Africa was bad, but as soon as I go international, kind of personalized, look, 3,600 searches for personalized gifts, cards. Australia like their people more. Gifts for him, 210. Can you see? These are all keywords that add up, all those little numbers, and each one of them will have a different level of competition that you can compete for. And turns out now your business is, although you're still a crafter, it's geared towards personalized anniversary items. How cool is that? So now you've combined keyword research with your product list. Okay, I suspect that I could talk about this for literally for 3 days and not even get near teaching you the eventual and overall of it. So let me leave it here. I think maybe it might be wise for me to open-end this for you at a total of 60 minutes, 58 minutes and 51 seconds right now, and tell you, if you've listened this far, thank you for doing that. This gives you the perfect opportunity to join my, I'm going to pause this and add it back. Actually, no, I'm going to add it afterwards, but join my Facebook group and ask me questions there. A lot of the open-ended public interaction I do for free will come on there. So let's say you've listened to all of this and you've said, Rob, at no stage did you go to Tanzanite rings. Please help me with that. So you pop that into the Facebook group of things to make and sell. I'm going to give you the link now. You've joined. I've approved it. Hopefully you haven't got any dirty pictures on it, and I've approved you. And in there you say to me, okay, Rob, please do me a quick video research. So I will then take that specific keyword of yours and do a bit of keyword research, do a bit of competition research, and give you a half-an-hour video that says this is good, this is bad. And I will probably include that video in this entire training video series from now on. So thank you very much. An hour of your time, it's worth it, people. Thank you, and may your researching of your product give you the most powerful results, so that you will laugh in a year and come back to me and buy me a small car and say, thank you, Rob. Your advice was phenomenal. Okay, cool. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your day. Cheers. Okay, guys, thank you for being so patient, sitting through all of that. Give me a second. I've got to work all my controls here. I've got, let me just close Chrome and get you open on something else. Just in case I didn't mention it earlier, sorry about the poor lighting. It's obviously it's nighttime. I think I did mention it. Okay, so it's really cool that you've kind of gone through all this research. Remember, although it's only been an hour, what seems a whole hour, like, oh my goodness, I cannot cover all of the details for you in fact, you know, in 10 hours of 10 1-hour hours courses on just research. I'm probably only going to get halfway. So somewhere in there I mentioned the links. I hope I'm going to put them on when this is done onto the page, that the post that I'll create on the website that'll be below this video, so that you'll be able to go there and look at the other options in here, wherever it was. Which one am I in? I'm in small business opportunities. But inside of here, there's all of these crafting courses and things. And as I said, quite a few of them are free, like that woodworking one. Very, very powerful. Take advantage of it. And only if you feel that you need to get to all the details. Let me just say this, and I probably have said it, so my bad if I have. My opinion is, if you are serious about starting a business, you will spend all the money you need to make sure that you've done the correct setup. So, you know, not from me, I have no clue as to how to do it. Well, I do have a clue, my bad for saying no clue. But I'm not really good at, say, doing business plans. If you need to go to the bank for finance or for a Shark Tank type of a, you know, startup fee. So if you need it, go to the Facebook group, ask me to find the place, and I will research a guy that knows how to do a decent business plan for you. But there's a very high chance that I already do have it, and it'll crop up in the future with probably one of the ClickBank products. I'm supposed to have already completed that. My bad if I haven't, but it'll get done. So yeah, cool. Thank you for this sitting through this with me. I hope it works for you. Do the research. If you've got any gremlins or questions, come back onto the Facebook group, Things to Make and Sell. Join up and ask me there, and I will answer it for you. Okay, take care. Bye.